for breakfast. Chandeliered marble staircase. Got out of the metro, going to try to shop, and the emphasis on the word try. I'm at the bottom of Tiananmen Square. This is the famous gate at the bottom, and unfortunately you can't see very well because there are cars parked over the other side, but that's the stretch of Tiananmen Square. This is a combination. Some Chinese writing, some more Chinese writing, Theatre of Dreams, and above it, Manchester United. It's a nice little hut. I don't know whether it's for police or taxi drivers or what. And more people in costumes. Some sort of shopping street. 你好, 你好. So a policeman spoke to me, smiled at me, very friendly, and this is it, the street where I'm going with the jewellery shop, if I can find it. Generally I don't find things. There used to be a lot of little shops along here. So this seems to be a traditional handicraft shop where they're teaching young ladies, so 2 adults and as far as I can see, oh no, there are 4 adults and 4 young ladies, and they're learning how to do design and painting and jewellery. Traditional, you can only get it in Beijing, and I suspect there are more shops like this, but at least I found this one. Very good.
I think in China a lot of young people maybe not like the Chinese history. A lot of young people often start hard work, but only think have a lot of money.
What is your opinion? Do you respect history?
Maybe the young people like I think like the history of Europe, like the American, like the France, like the UK, but not how to say, not like the Chinese history, not like the Chinese culture, I think.
Say in Chinese.
Yes.
Say quickly in Chinese.
Yes.
In Chinese.
In Chinese.
No, you. Chinese.
All Chinese people.
No, Chinese language.
All Chinese language.
Say in Chinese.
老师是这样的，我们是感觉到有一些年轻的人，其实他对自己国家的历史文化没有那么感兴趣，他们可能喜欢一些比如欧美的大牌，然后喜欢一些欧美的文化，是这种感觉，他们觉得那个可能才是时尚，那个才是最好的。所以我觉得在中国，可能我们虽然有了一部分钱，就是经济增长很快，但是大家对这种文化的需求的增长其实还是挺有限的。
Lovely, thank you. So this is a shop with what they do is they prepare jewellery like this and like this and earrings like this from shards of crockery that were very valuable crockery that were broken during the Cultural Revolution. They've turned it into jewellery, and these pieces here are from the royal family, so this is top quality. Lovely porcelain blue, So this is not from the royal family, this is from commoners, and therefore they're not so valuable, but they are as old. Possibly the quality and the underglazing is not as good as the others. And here again there are pill boxes and containers, things like that, all made from original pieces of pottery that were broken up during the Cultural Revolution. And this as well, of course. That's lovely, isn't it? So I'm having a little bit of refreshment before I fall over. I've just had a very long metro ride behind me, so I went into the nearest cafe and got myself a cake. We used to get into the Summer Palace, even though it's getting on to being late in the afternoon, I'm surprised. But looking at the number of flags, it looks to me as if a lot of these are groups. Maybe they're going through in one go, I don't know. Once again, massive queues, but very cleverly they're doing it with a QR code. Great things, these QR codes, so that they can pass through, well, I mean, dozens of people a minute, even though there was a massive queue outside. So now I have to concentrate on what there is to see here. The most important thing for me is to see the long corridor, so I shall probably try and go and have a look at that first. Get out of the initial entry courtyard and then look at the map. I bought an audio guide, so I hope I'm going to get an explanation of everything. This is the hall of benevolence and longevity. The idea being that if you're benevolent, you get longevity. I don't really believe that. Picturesque, isn't it? I think this is the end of the long corridor. I can't see any signs and my audio guide hasn't switched on yet. Just up there, I believe I see the top of the palace on the hill. Lots and lots of tour groups. Here is the long corridor. It's quite a vista, isn't it? This is the lake at the Summer Palace. That's quite something. Well, the long corridor is supposed to be full of treasures and works of art. I don't see much of it so far, but maybe they've been removed. So this is the Summer Palace up on the hill. With nice looking buildings at the side. Unfortunately, I don't think I see anybody, so I wonder whether it's even possible to go up. This beautiful costume. And many other young ladies with beautiful costumes. Seems to be the usual practice. A young girl goes out on some sort of excursion and she dresses up like that. Whether they actually own the costumes or whether they rent them, I'm not sure. I have to ask in the hotel. Yes. Here's another lady, another costume. This is the clear and peaceful boat. And here's an explanation of it, together with the comment that it was destroyed by the British and French Allied forces in 1860, rebuilt in 1893, but I believe I'm right in saying that the Allies burnt it down again, as they did many other things around here. Absolute vandalism. They're very old trees, and I'm glad to see they're not letting them fall over. Needless to say, it's frozen. We're a bit further away now, so there are fewer people, less pushes. Frozen. Doesn't really feel cold, not terribly cold, not really as cold as back home. However, when the wind blows a little bit and the air is moving slightly today, then you start to feel it. But it's so easy on the other hand to overheat. You go into a shop with all your clothes on, forget to take your hat and scarf off, and you're very hot indeed. Chinese music in the distance. It's been sunny all the time since I got here. And it's amazing that it can be so sunny and simultaneously so cold as to freeze the water. There's no water lying on top of the ice, it's solid. There's some water here at the edges. Maybe there's a stream underneath. A movement of water that's keeping it warm. There's the island with a bridge on the left, so you may be able to see it. I think it's called the Bridge of 80 Arches or something like that. So I'm going to see if I can do a circumnavigation of the lake. That's a good view of the tower. It is called the Tower of Permanent Incest or something like that. I forget the name. So I suppose these are the boats that the emperors and empresses and the dowagers used to go out on a Sunday afternoon on the lake, sailing on. They don't look very much used now, but maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong, because these are for tourists, but obviously made in the traditional style. They look lovely. Again, I think no, obviously they wouldn't go out on the lake at this time of the year because of the ice. It's not because of it being Monday. This looks like a very steep bridge. My goodness me. What are they trying to get underneath it? Steamers? Battleships? Not quite sure. Bridges for the boats for the summer, no doubt. Far distant mountains. And the bridge very steep going down. So this incredibly steep bridge apparently is the Jade Belt Bridge. don't know whether the Empress was able to climb it. I found it tough going. There's the island out there, and I'm heading now towards the West Gate, where I shall catch a metro back home.